Welcome to Mic Check with Nikita. I'm your host, Nikita Gairam, and today we have Danny from Tropical Isle. Tropical Isle started, well, you opened it in 2020?
No.
No.
I bought it in 2021.
Bought it in 2021.
Right. They opened back in 2014.
Okay.
And then during COVID, I guess the business got bad or not so profitable or whatever you may call it. And I was in another business, which I liquidated in October of 2020. And I had to figure out something to do. You know, I was too young to retire, didn't have enough money, so I needed to do something. So I heard that location was for sale. So, you know, that's always been an admired building of mine.
Yeah, because I remember when you and I had the conversation prior to this recording, I had brought up Tropical Isle being here for a while, but then when I went online and actually did like the research, you were a recent owner. That's why I was like, okay, wait, I was kind of confused. But what I wanted to ask you is 2021 was actually, because it was post-COVID, right? I know that in terms of the market at that point, it was a buyer's market, right? Like in the sense of like things were a little bit cheaper and, you know, and whatnot. But at that point in time, buying a business, that's like a lot of people didn't really want to do that, or it was kind of like shaky at that point. So why did you decide to do that?
The location.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it to keep it a roti shop.
Yeah.
I had other plans for it. And it was actually my mother that was like, you're going to go spend a couple $100,000 to buy a business and then close it down?
Yeah.
Why don't you try it? See how it is. And here we are.
Wow. Yeah, because I was going to say 2021, things were still kind of shaky. We were still like, things were opening up back, but...
Yeah, you said post-COVID. I don't think that's post-COVID.
That's in the right smack in the middle of COVID. There we go.
That's I took over less than a year from when we had the shutdown. Shutdown was what, March 15, 2020?
Yeah.
I bought in February 2021.
Okay, so we didn't actually start like opening things up back until that summer.
Exactly,
like it was like outdoor stuff in the summertime.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm not, like bars still probably had social distancing and all of that stuff.
Yeah, in the summertime, like you can only, at that point it was only like outdoor things, I think, 6 feet apart, and then takeout.
Right, takeout was heavy.
Yeah. Wow.
It was just a chance.
So did you have to like rebuild in terms of like recipes, or did it all come with the business?
Everything came with the business, but there was a lot I wasn't happy with. So I did change a lot. I still have some of the cook staff from before, but I've grown it quite a bit. I've grown it quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I've changed a lot. I've added a lot.
Okay.
And a lot of the things I have to stay on top of, tasting ingredients, you know, making sure it's done home style. I want when you eat, it tastes like home style. You don't know it's from a restaurant.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to go for, and just try to introduce things that I like, because I feel I have good taste buds and good decision making when it comes to, hey, that's good food. Like a little thing I added, chicken gizzard. I don't know. It's like the simplest thing, but just something like I thought was a treat.
Yeah.
Like something I never had. I'm like, oh, we got to try that. And now it's one of the biggest sellers in the store.
Wow. So you just told me one example, right? But like what are, aside from like taking over the business, keeping some of the cooks, what was like a major gap that you found from before that you wanted to just fill in from like when you took it over?
Somewhere they were lacking.
Yeah.
So I believe they didn't have enough staff. And you can't be at that location and want to have a very busy store and have a lot of customers if you don't have product to give them. So one thing I noticed is that the top items were running out in the middle of the afternoon, primarily because there wasn't enough staff in the morning or even the afternoon to make new products. You can't sell a ton of things and not have the capacity to make a ton of things. So I did that. Obviously, it was a hard choice because, you know, payroll is the number one expense in that business. But we did it, and it worked. And just quality, like both owners were pretty much absentee. once a week, twice a week, hour here, 2 hours there. So I spend a lot of time there. So
I mean, you still do.
yeah, I do.
Okay, so one thing that I do want to say that I noticed, and I think this is just it's one of our biggest topics that we're going to talk about, is the use of like social media marketing, right? I don't think before you or Tropical Isle had done it, that anyone else on like Liberty Rockaway were really using social media as like a tool for marketing, right? Obviously, we're in this generation of using social media for everything, right? But especially since a lot of the businesses are people who have been here for a really long time, right? It's more so for the newer generation or
Right.
to actually go through and use social media as marketing, right? So I think you probably are the first business that also had influencers come in as well, right? So where did this idea come from?
I don't want to take all the credit for it because we always argue about this. So I have a team, right? I'm partners with my sister.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much four of us, me, my wife, my sister, and her husband. So I want to think I had this idea, but I know it was their idea for me to be the face of the business because I'm there all the time. And, you know, I like to think I have a pretty good reputation in the community. So they were like, yeah, you got to do it. So I did it. And it was hard at first because, you know, speaking on camera, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing my sister said to me once was like, can you stop look like you're being held hostage? Just talk. And I'm like,
It's
okay.
really hard to be natural on camera.
It really is. It really is. But it's gotten better. It's gotten better. You know, I was saying things I wasn't supposed to say. I'm cursing on camera. They're like, you can't say that. I'm like, oh, God. You know,
Yeah.
but I guess editing is good too. But yeah, we felt it needed to be done. It was something to get people in because, I don't want to say anything bad about the business before, but it didn't have a great reputation. Service, sometimes food, even though it's being literally the best location in Queens, I feel. And they left a lot on the table, and I figured a lot of people needed to come back, like people that have tried it before and didn't like it or had a bad experience. You know, especially with food. You know, I'm like, I had a bad experience. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Especially when there's within a half a mile radius, there's probably 30 restaurants you can go to.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of competition. So you got to get people back in. So that's what we said. We're going to try to do the social media route, and it worked. You know.
Well, I also think you buying the business in the time that you did, because we were in the middle of COVID, the only real way to get things out at that point
Right.
was that social media marketing, because
Yeah.
TikTok became this huge thing, and Instagram Reels and stuff like that. Do you have your own, and you don't have to give me all the secrets, but do you have your own, do you edit all your videos, or do you have like a team that does it for you?
Me personally,
Yeah. Or like your,
my sister is my social media manager. So she does all that.
where did the idea of bringing in influencers come in?
To be honest, we don't pay anybody. A lot of people pay people to come. So we don't. I really have friendships or relationships with these people, and they come because they want to. You know, like the big event with Chef Dev.
Yeah.
He just comes.
Wow.
You know,
It's actually a really big deal.
I don't want to call any other names, but they're just friends that come by.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think they genuinely like the food.
Yeah.
So, you know, I met Chef Dev at a wedding in Mexico. He was catering a wedding for my cousin. I'm like, hey, I know this guy. We ended up playing golf,
Yeah.
hit it off. And, you know, I'm going to his wedding in September.
I think a lot of people tend to forget that, like, in any business, networking, keeping relationships, even if it happens by chance, like, it is a big deal, right? Because you just never know who you're going to meet, when you're going to meet them. And I think that's one thing that's lacking in our community is the value of that, right? Like, just because, and I say this in the sense of like a lot of the businesses, and this is not for, you know, me talking any bad about any of the businesses, but in general, our businesses that have been around for a really long time on Liberty Avenue and Rockaway, because they've been there for so long, they kind of feel like it's already a household name. So they don't really need to make the extra effort. They've been doing it for what, like, their strategy's always worked, right?
Exactly. No,
Whereas the times have changed. Now we're in that social media era. And I think that honestly, it's been a domino effect from what I can see, because you started off this whole social media journey, marketing journey, and then now every other business is also doing it too, which is great.
I've been told that, wow, you started doing videos. All of a sudden, every roti shop does videos now. It's cool. I'm pretty much friends with most of the owners.
Yeah.
So I tell them all the time, like, oh, my people are people I know. Like, oh, you're friends with him? I'm like, just because they're competition, we have to be enemies. Like, I don't.
And it's funny that you bring that up, because every single person that I've spoken to, like in terms of coming onto the podcast, or people that we've had on the podcast, like Shivani and Legends, they've all said, like, we're all friends. Like, we all see each other.
Yeah.
We're all like, we all say hi. We're all
Absolutely.
like, we're part of the same community. We're neighbors. That's the one thing that I always hear is we're neighbors. And I think that's a great thing. And also at the end of the day, right, like when it comes to social media marketing, the whole world is doing it, right? So even if one person does start it, it's not like this trade secret that someone's going to steal from you. You know what I mean?
I didn't invent anything.
Exactly.
It was just there. I just used it.
Okay, so I want to talk about just specific events that you've done at Tropical Isle. And I know that we mentioned Chef Dev, right? I know that you already said, like, you met him at a wedding and that's how it started. But in terms of that, like, that for me, in our community, and I think we've talked about this a little bit off of the camera, but in our community, like, musicians, artists, like, I guess, even cricketers, right? Like, that kind of is what runs our, I guess you can say, our Indo-Caribbean culture, right? Influencing has been something that a lot of people in our culture don't necessarily take well to in certain aspects. But the reason why I want to bring up Chef Dev's pop-up events that you've done is because he sort of was an influencer turned into it's a real business, right? He is a chef,
Right.
But then the influencing kind of helped market him in a better way, I guess.
I would have to agree with that.
And so just doing those pop-up events, bringing light to people that for me, it's bringing light to somebody that normally wouldn't get the credit, right? Because there could be that argument of he's an influencer and that's how he got all of what he has, or vice versa, right? I'm just playing devil's advocate on both ends.
Of course.
So why did you specifically feel like those events should be something that you should do there at Tropical?
So again, he's a very popular guy. I've had his food. He's a great cook. And I figured not a partnership, but a collaboration would be a good move for both of us.
Yeah.
And besides the social media people, some other people didn't know. People that would end up coming to Tropical because of us or because of seeing it or hearing about it and end up meeting him. So it was just not something for Tropical. It was something for him as well.
Yeah.
For him to meet people that are not on social media, don't know he's a chef, or, things like that. Or on his side, people that follow him would never been to Tropical. They go to somewhere else, come to Tropical,
Yeah.
try it out. So again, probably the best word is collaboration.
Yeah. The reason why I bring that up is because it goes into my next conversation about just being a part of community events and pushing the culture, right? Just doing these pop-ups at Tropical Isle, having influencers come in, whether it's you're facilitating it or they're facilitating it, these are just bringing light to a different part of our people that normally wouldn't get that, right? Like, and I say that in the sense of, again, influencing is technically considered a newer industry, right? In most of the world, if you want to say that, right? And it doesn't normally get the respect that we would think or we would want in terms of other like industries, right?
You're correct, and I would have to agree. And people don't know how hard it is
No, they don't.
to not even just be an influencer, to just make videos and edit and be on top of it and be relevant all the time. Like, I get yelled at by my sister all the time. I need content. I need videos. Like, I don't have time. I got a business to run.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that's part of your business. So
Yeah.
get me videos.
No, even something as simple as like we were both at the same event this past weekend, and I was doing interviews backstage. Excuse me. And someone commented something, I think it was on TikTok, for one of the videos that I posted yesterday and today. And they were like, why is she screaming? And I'm like, if you can only understand the noise that's going on behind me.
Yes.
You can't tell the difference between what's being said in the mic versus like what's around you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if only, like, that is such a small comment, but it's also like that then will make me, not that it has, but then I sat there and I watched the video a few times and I'm like, wait, I'm screaming here. It doesn't seem real. Doesn't seem right. What's going on? And it brings out insecurities that you wouldn't think it would bring out. Because even something as like my voice is too loud, I'm like, wait, but now I guess now the next video I have to just tone down the volume.
Right. You kind of have, I would think you would maybe not even use a mic.
Yeah.
Let them hear what's going on around you. And I'm like, oh, maybe she should speak louder. You know, so now they realize why you feel like you need to scream sometimes or speak loud on interviews.
I've you know, when you're editing and stuff like that, and I don't, like you said, your sister does all your social media, but when you're editing, so what I did was I basically took out all the background noise, so it's just our voices overlaid, and I was like, this is probably, they just need to hear what's, but then even then it's like, then there's too much noise in the background.
Yeah, it's a fine line. It's hard. Like I didn't even try. I looked at what she was doing. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Just too much time.
Okay, so we talked about Tropical Isle starting. We talked about just in general, like the menu, influencing, bringing in social media influencers and social media marketing in general. Expansion.
There's a lot of things possible. Other states, other parts of Queens, maybe Long Island. There's just so many variables that I don't know the answer to right now. So there's nothing concrete right now, but we're actually expanding the store itself right now.
Okay.
So right now the kitchen is super small, and the serving area is very tight. You know, especially now that we're busier, sometimes the line goes around and out the door. People hate that. Even though, you know, most other restaurants, you know, like mine, you know, some people, you got to take a number, you got to wait. You know, there's 50 people in the store online. My customers don't like that. They see a line, they go somewhere else, and they don't even bother. I get it if they have to catch a train or catch a bus. I get it. But some people are just upset, like, where all these people come from? I used to come here, there was nobody. Well, you know, we're doing a little better now, so we have more people. I'm sorry. But to that, back to the expansion. So we built a new kitchen. We're waiting for Department of Buildings approval to actually start using it. And when we do that, we're actually going to expand the customer area in the store.
Okay.
Add more tables, add more food offerings as well. We're adding breakfast, like some American breakfast, like some pastries and fresh coffee and, you know, things like that. We actually serve Tim Hortons coffee in the store right now.
Oh, do you?
I love Tim Hortons coffee.
Really?
Yes.
Honestly, location is key because you're literally on the corner and you're by all of the major transportation.
I am.
Which is like key because anyone going to work, coming back from work can easily just stop in. You're across the street from Knockout, which is why I was bringing up expansion a second ago.
I thought you meant Tropical Isle expansion.
No, I mean any businesses.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Well, all businesses. No. Expansion. All businesses.
Yeah, we just sell frock now.
Yeah.
Knockout style. So right across the street from Tropical Isle. Everybody knows Knockout. It's been there since like 1986.
Yeah.
So we purchased that business last year. It's been a little bit over a year right now, and it's thriving. It's doing really good, and it's building nicely. And, you know, I don't really spend that much time there. That's my wife and my sister and another partner, another family member. So they deal with that. I help where I'm needed. You know, like when they want lunch during the day, you know, stuff like that.
Run across the street.
No, sometimes they just call. Like,
yeah.
Hey, can you bring this?
So my question to you is, what made you? Why was that a family decision to buy over Knockout? And I'm asking this question because I'm gonna make a point after.
Okay, so met the owner quite a few years ago. Nice people, and they're older, wanted to get out the business. So like, I'm not against buying any business or looking at any business because I think anybody can do anything. I feel that any business just needs good management. Yeah, obviously you have to learn the business, then you manage it. I know nothing about dresses. I know nothing about fashion. Look, I wear this all day, every day. But I know my wife and my sister and those girls, they know, and they're good at it. And it's just another business, another income stream, something else to do, expand our footprint a little bit, and try to take over Liberty Avenue or something.
Yeah.
Nah, it was just the right time. It came about, and it's just like Tropical. I was in the gas business for 20 years. I sold gas and coffee and cigarettes. It was like, would you ever think you'd be selling roti? No, definitely. They would definitely not think I was the guy that was going to have a roti shop. So here I am.
Well, the reason why the point that I was trying to make with asking you why you bought over or why the family bought over Knockout was because the businesses that you've bought, at least Tropical Isle and Knockout, you've still managed to preserve the heritage that it's had from before, meaning names, what you were selling, even if you've added things to it.
Right.
The core of the business is still there.
Correct. Absolutely.
Why did you choose to do that or keep it that way?
Knockout can possibly have men's clothes. Right now it's all women. But it's not that big of a store. So to have a full line of men's clothing would be difficult. So I think the girls want to keep it women's, which is fine. And just make it the best. And still pretty affordable, and you have more stylish things. And I hear it all the time. I see the customers because, I'm there in the corner all the time. A lot of even the older women, they're like, hey, they have nice things now. Or they have stuff that you only see at the mall that you wouldn't see on Liberty Avenue before.
Yeah.
So the girls are really taking their time to buy quality items. Yes, here and there it's gonna cost more than it did before, but let's be honest, you're not gonna find $5 shirts anymore.
No, you're not.
It's just not a thing.
The rainbow doesn't exist as much anymore.
And then you better quality, better style, it's gonna cost a little bit more.
Yeah.
This is not 15 years ago when minimum wage was $7 an hour. You're making more money, so you got to spend more money. It is what it is. People complain that, a roti's $3. I'm sorry, I got to pay people minimum $17 an hour.
Yeah.
What do you want roti for? Free?
Yeah.
So people got to understand it's, things are going to cost more. I filled up my truck for $100 yesterday. $100.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That all go, I see my fuel surcharges on my bills go up. I'm talking about regular chicken deliveries or baked goods. I mean, like baked goods, flour and bakery supplies.
Yeah.
It used to be like $2.50. Now it's $6. But you can't
Cost
be
of
mad at
living
them.
in general.
You can't be mad at them because it literally cost them a few dollars more to come to you this week rather than last week because of fuel prices. They shouldn't need it. It's like me at my business. If I have to pay more for duck or I have to pay more for rice, you want me to eat that? No, you wanted it. You got to pay a quarter more, 50 cents more. And, people don't realize that sometimes, which is a little frustrating. But usually, especially from there, and I speak to a customer and try to explain that, they get it. They understand. You try to put it in their perspective that they understand, and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. All right, give it to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you don't balance it out, you're just not going to have a business then going forward.
Correct. Like, I've seen it happen to a lot of people, and it's happened to us in other businesses too. Like, you don't realize something goes up a penny here, 2 cents here, $1, and then you don't adjust your price, and then all of a sudden, something that you're supposed to be making 30 for 40% margin, you're making 10 or 15, and that doesn't work in your business model.
Yeah.
You have to make the right margin. You're in business to make money. I'm sorry, we make customers happy. Yes, good food, great. But I got a family to feed myself.
Yeah.
And if I don't make money, we don't get paid.
Yeah. My point earlier was I like that you kept the core of the businesses.
Yes.
Because like you said, Tropical Isle has been there from before. So has Knockout for a really long time. I remember going into Knockout and buying my 20th birthday dress in Knockout, actually.
Where were you going? Mexico City?
No, at that time.
Or was Maracas at that point? You're young.
I was 20, so it was Juve. But we're talking 11 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm in my 30s now, so we're talking 11, 12 years ago.
Yeah, you're old now.
Yeah. So at that time, that was like, Maracas days, Juve days. At that time, I think it was Mozzie or Mocha.
It was probably Mocha going into Mozzie at that time.
Yeah.
There's places that I haven't gone to in a long time.
Wow.
Like, we used to go to like Tropics and
really
Calypso City when it was called Calypso City.
Calypso City, yeah. So I grew up in like, do you remember Soca Paradise?
Of course.
So my first ever dance performance was at Soca Paradise. Now obviously it doesn't exist.
How old were you?
I was 6.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I was 6.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
25
Sounds
years
about
ago.
right.
Now obviously doesn't exist. And then Calypso City was always the spot because they had Maracas had the big
and Rum Jungle
Rumble,
and whatever other
Rum
names
Jungle.
they had.
Calypso City, Rum Jungle, Maracas, and now it's a hardware store.
Electrical supply store.
Electrical supply store, okay. And then Club Tobago.
Club Tobago, yes. Then to Juve. So Tropics was a big one in my time, around, let's say, 98, 99, 2000.
Is that the same location on Lefferts?
No.
This
That's
is
a
something
bar.
different. Oh, okay.
Caribbean Tropics.
Oh, I don't know.
Jamaica Avenue and 187th Street. Then they called it Mangoville after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was, so it was like, you go to Calypso City Friday, then you go to Tropics Saturday. That was just what you did.
You know, it's interesting to me though, because I was really having this conversation with a friend of mine, how a lot of these businesses, like the generations are now coming into, like, generations are taking it over. Different generations, right? Like with Tropical Isle, you took it over from someone else. Same thing with Knockout. Okay, so in terms of, I know that Tropical does shipping, right? How did that come about? Why was that something that you started when you bought it over during COVID, or
that
came after?
Actually started a few years after we took it over. So
wow.
I want to say about 2 years ago we started that.
Oh.
A lot of people are asking, how do I get your products? And again, social media, you know.
Okay.
How do we get your products in California, Florida? So I'm like, all right. So we started shipping some like pastry items, pine tart, cheese roll, bread, Solara, and it did very well. And then people started asking, all right, this is great, but we want food now. And I'm like, wow, this looks like a big undertaking. So yeah, it was very difficult to start it, you know, because you have to have pretty much all the products. And then when somebody orders, you got to make it, prep it, freeze it, send it. So we vacuum seal, freeze all of our fresh food, like the duck and dal puri and doubles and everything. Everything's separate. So we get it, you warm it. There's tons of ways to warm it. Microwave, stovetop. The best way, a pot of hot water, you just drop the bag in, give it about 10 minutes, and it comes out like it was just cooked. It's really, really good.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, like if you hot up curry or something in
like
a pan,
yeah.
in a frying pan, it's going to dry it out a little bit. So it's not exactly how I want it. But if you do it in that bag, it's gonna warm up exactly how we put it in there. So it's really good. And then that took off like a bat out of hell. Like I had to hire new staff. I had to get a location to just do shipping out of. It's a lot.
Oh wow. So when you pack it all in store and then you ship it, you take it to the location and ship it? Is that how it goes?
The location's on the 3rd floor of the same building.
Oh, is it?
I actually had to kick out my tenant, but it's bad. Yeah, but I wanted it in the same location.
Okay.
So I have the entire 3rd floor is shipping.
Oh wow.
Materials, because we use, we got vacuum seal everything. We have thousands of boxes. I have thermal liners. We have other liners that protect the food from any, warehouses or trucks. God knows what creepy crawlies there.
Yeah.
So we put them in sealed bags too, and then ice packs, and it's a lot of stuff.
Wow. I actually didn't realize that's because I was wondering. I was like, when you said shipping food, I was like, are we shipping curry?
Yeah, everything from Everything you just ate.
Yeah.
Pumpkin katahar, mango bhaji. Everything.
Really?
Everything. Everything that Tropical Isle sells, black pudding, we ship.
Wow.
So, and maybe I should say this publicly. So somebody had said, "Oh, that's a great idea. You'll never have waste." Because, like, let's say I have duck curry on the table for the day, they actually thought that I would take that and then bag it and send it. That is 100% untrue. So, if I wanted a few duck curries, like to ship, that's made fresh, cooled, bagged, frozen. It never touches a steam table. It's made specifically for shipping. It's nothing that has been on a shelf before.
Yeah.
So, people definitely need to know that everything that's made for shipping, like when my bakers bake pint tart, for example, they look at it in the morning, like, all right, we need 200 pieces for today until tomorrow. But then I would give them a separate list. I need 40 pint tart, 60 cheese roll, this many bread, this many tennis rolls, separate from what they're making from the store. And that is just for shipping. So everything that's sent out, like pastry-wise or snack-wise, is made that day.
Okay.
So
it really is like fresh food. It's not like
it's absolutely
it's
fresh, and
not like day old food or anything like that, which is great because you're already getting it frozen, right? Which is not always ideal, but it's also like if it comes out the same and tastes the same.
I could hot up some frozen curry and dal puri for you right now, and you would have no idea.
Yeah, probably.
People would say, "Oh, it's frozen," but because they know it's frozen. If they didn't know, they would eat it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
And since we partnership with UPS and FedEx, so the longest shipping time we have, barring any delivery issues, is 2 days.
Oh, wow.
So I ship it on a Tuesday. You're getting it no later than Thursday. And if you live close enough, you'll get it tomorrow.
What locations are you sending out food the most to or shipping to?
Florida, Jersey, Maryland.
Okay.
Those are my top 3.
No.
And
those would be the
main places that people move to. But
yeah.
It's weird. Those are also the locations that have Guyanese or Caribbean restaurants.
They do. That's what I was going to say. Like Florida has a bunch.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was shocking that Florida is so big, Maryland is so big, Jersey is so big. But, not to pat ourselves on the back, but maybe it's just not good.
Yeah.
You have the
I was
food.
going to say that because I've been to roti shops in Jersey and I'm not the biggest fan. That's just my opinion, right? Like
Of course.
It's not, it wouldn't be considered like, I don't think like Jersey would be considered a hub for Indo-Caribbean food. And, there's a specific area where we all, like
like East Orange
we're all like
area.
living. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that it's the most like in terms of the food that you're going to get here in Richmond Hill or South Ozone, right? Florida, on the other hand, which is actually, that's the shocking one. Because there are so many roti shops and places. There's a Sings out there. There's a Joy's. There's like so many.
Joy's is all the way in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, right? Yeah.
Oh, well, you said Florida, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I figured that a lot of the Orlando area, like the Kissimmee, the Ocala, the Claremont, Mineola.
Which you would think would have more.
Yeah, so that's a really good location for a tropical isle, too.
Yeah.
Florida.
You should expand.
You could. There's something they call the Four Corners in between, like where a bunch of the four counties meet, like Haines City and Lake County, and I don't even know the rest of them. It's a good location, so we'll work on that.
Yeah, you should. That would be great. Do you think it's because, and this would probably be something that you'd have to look into more, but statistically, do you think it's because those are maybe New Yorkers who are moved over to
They're
Florida?
Absolutely New Yorkers that are moved to Florida.
Yeah.
Not all of them, obviously, but a lot of them, yes.
A lot of your customer base over there?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
At the chutney show last weekend, some lady was like, "Hey, I buy from you. Where do you live?" "I live in Florida." "Okay." And then it was like 2 others from Jersey. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I buy from you all the time." I was like, it's awesome.
Which is great, right? Because there's always, I think every culture always has like a main hub that has like the best food, right, of their culture. So like Richmond Hill, South Ozone, and New York, no one can really, in my opinion, beat that. If you think about
it's not
like
an opinion when it's a fact.
Or like in Canada, you can go to like Brampton and Mississauga, and like they'll have like good
Yeah.
Island Mix is like amazing there. You know, they have like different locations and
Mix. That's
or
in the
Island.
East End though.
Yeah, there's a few locations I think that they
Do they?
have. Yeah, I think there's
But
like 2 or 3
in
restaurants.
Pickering. I don't know.
Pickering, yeah, there's
I think that's the
yeah,
first location.
yeah, that's the first location. So like every hub, like you know what I'm saying, like every
Oh,
like
definitely, of course.
there's like a hub for each of them. Wow. So in terms of catering, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you normally catering when you get hired for that stuff?
Mainly like 7 curry for like a Hindu wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But recently I've been doing a lot of funerals.
That's sad.
It is depressing, but people got to eat.
Yeah.
And unlike a wedding that you know it's planned and everything, and you know you can wake up early and get it done, and you know some people might not go or they cook before the wedding. Funeral, everybody has to go, so that nobody has time to cook. So like, hey, can you do this? Yeah, I'll take care of it.
It's like easy to cater.
It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
The big 7 curry weddings are a little difficult
Yeah.
because it's a lot. Like you know, 300-400 people. You're talking about 50 trees of food.
Are you also like staffing these weddings too in terms of
Yeah,
like
we're
employees?
full service, so
Yeah.
you can have it buffet. We serve it. Like I'm doing one next year, July. People are booking up early, which is great. You know, they want past hors d'oeuvres because it's just an event space they booked. It's not a catering hall, so no staff. I'm the staff, so I'm have my staff. You know, serving hors d'oeuvres and appetizers, and then we serve dinner and then dessert.
Wow.
So it's been good. But just back to the wedding thing or the catering question, mainly primarily 7 curry, but like in June, mid-June, I'm doing one in Jersey. I'm doing the Matikor. I am doing the Hindu wedding. Then I'm doing the after party, which I do. We change it up a little bit. They're doing kaichor food for that one. So I
Because your partner,
I have a partnership with Kaichor.
Yeah.
It started off with the shipping thing because I ship their food too. So you can have a bhaji and roti and dal and pint tart for me, but if you wanted a chicken fried rice or a house special almond, you can get it from Kaichor. So, and same way, vacuum seal frozen, warm it up the same way. It's really good. Like
Is it the Kitra on Lefferts?
on Lefferts in Jamaica,
Yeah.
the big one with the big dining room.
Okay.
So so I'm doing that for that after party because they wanted meat for that, and they wanted something different. So they wanted the Chinese style. So I'm doing that, and then I'm doing their kangan on Monday,
Wow.
and they want everything:
Yeah.
chicken curry, chicken curry, bunjal duck, lamb curry, pachowni, soup, and something else.
Yeah, so that's like gonna be like my wedding if I ever get married, because I can tell you, I'm the outsourced queen. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to have my family have to worry about cooking.
That's actually I'm hearing a lot of that right now. I get a lot of calls, a lot of emails.
Yeah.
Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Yeah, I can get it done. I do.
Yeah.
I've done nikkas. I've done. You know, it doesn't matter.
It just takes off the burden off of families.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
When you do the math, it's really not that bad
yeah.
for nobody to have to do anything. It's like, going to a catering hall and they just do everything.
Yeah.
So I take care of that portion of the food. You don't do anything. I full service. Like I bring it, I cook it, I bring it, I set it up. We serve it if you want. We replenish it as needed. We clean up. You know, it's full service. You don't have to worry about anything. You know, people always say, "Oh, we'll just drop off the food, or we'll pick it up when you get your auntie and your uncle to serve it, or this cousin."
Yeah.
Nobody knows what they're doing, nor do they not care, but they don't have the time to look at it the way I would look at it. Like, oh, we're running out of this. We got to go put this on. Not put it on, but add to it and make sure the guests have everything they need. You know, you don't want to run out of a katahar or a curry during a 7 curry. You know, you want it to be good all the time.
Yeah.
So I really don't like when family members are in charge of doing that.
Yeah.
So I take that burden off a lot of people, and they're happy with it.
It honestly, when you're doing such a big event, like you were saying, you're servicing the full wedding.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot, especially when you have like 300-400 people that are coming. For the families to have to, especially a lot of our families or a lot of the West Indian or Indo-Caribbean weddings don't necessarily always have like wedding planners, right? So everyone's doing it themselves a lot of the times. Like the Hindu wedding part at least, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're going to a reception, there's usually the maitre d' there. You have
Yes.
people helping you out there. But when you're doing something like a Sangeet night at home
Yeah.
or like a Matikor, you really don't have a wedding planner for that.
Some do. Most don't.
Some
Most
do,
don't.
not all.
Especially for the smaller events.
Yeah, for the smaller
Yeah,
events.
you're not
Yeah.
gonna go pay a planner to, for a
Oh
smaller
no,
gathering.
that'll be me. Because I can't. I want to say yes, no, thank you so much.
I hear
I'm
you.
showing up.
I hear you, and that's how it's been going.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with a lot of people. Like I got to talk to, I speak to the bride and the groom, but now I got to go speak to this wedding planner to know, okay, well, they don't want this. And I'm like, now he's the middleman when I was just talking to you, but that's just the way it goes now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're already paying him, so let him do something.
Generally.
Right.
Okay. Community events, right?
Mm-hmm.
How important is that for you? Like, do you have like, and I don't want to say how important, but like, do you have a quota on like, maybe once a month you have to participate in a community
No.
event, or it's more like
We
whatever you can?
participate. Anything that, so a lot of people ask for donations,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be honest, I really don't vet them. My sister does.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, I don't want to be associated with somebody who's not doing something really wholesome or something good, or, if you're doing something good or you have a good cause or a good charity, then yeah. And they're not asking for much, a couple trip Polari or, depending on what it is the South Queens Women's March that, they have things for kids and a lot of events for seniors, and those are nice little things, and they don't ask for a lot.
Yeah.
Some pine tart, some cheese roll. It's very small, doesn't cost me a lot, and it's for a good cause.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I do not have a minimum, maximum. It's if something comes about, and sometimes it is a little too much, or if I have something the same day, and then it's like maybe usually a Saturday when the shop is crazy busy, I can't overwhelm my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So I might decline if I had to,
Mm-hmm.
but I usually get it done. And then now I'm doing a lot of things with the Board of Ed and CUNY. I just did this thing at Hunter College for their International Day. It's a lot, but
Yeah, I think the first time I saw Tropical Isle at a community event was the NYPD Days of Society's Asian American Pacific Islander month. I was going to say API.
oh, that was at One Police Plaza.
Yeah, at
I
One
was
Police
there.
Plaza.
You were there?
Yeah.
You didn't come say hello?
We were the dancers.
Oh, then I have a video of you.
Probably. We've been doing their API month for the last, this would be if we do it this year, which I'm waiting for dates because it's supposed to be this month at some point, I think. Right? May's.
I don't know.
I
Neil
think
didn't.
May's.
Wait,
Neil's got to tell us.
I gotta ask Neil.
Yeah,
Did you go to their thing on April 16th?
I did.
Damn it. My daughter's birthday was the 15th.
I danced.
Jesus.
So we've been performing for the last, this would be our 5th year doing it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did all the food at that thing.
Yeah.
That was nice. And then I was supposed to do something else. Well, I do a lot of they have some meetings and, like, I don't even know where, Astoria or somewhere.
Yeah.
So he always buys stuff.
You know what you should do, because you were at the chutney show
Mm-hmm.
this past weekend. When you're doing the chutney show, you should like get videos of you giving the artist their food.
Well, you didn't bring the artist to me to get food. Or
They don't come out on the
or
audience.
call me like, hey,
I
bring
did not
food
know
for
you
this
were
guy.
there. One of the little girls that was performing, Sasha, she actually,
Yeah, her mom brought her over, Natalie.
yes,
I
yes,
went to St. John's with her.
yes.
So
So she had messaged me because I did like a mini interview with her too, and I said bring Sasha backstage so we can do the interview.
yeah,
And she was like, we're grabbing food, and I was like, there's food.
there has to be food. It's always
I clearly did not walk around enough to pay attention to anything.
so. As soon as you come on the stage, if you just look immediately left,
I know
I was.
where the VIP area would be.
Yes.
Yes, I know. You didn't see me on stage?
No, I didn't have a lot of time to look on stage.
Probably.
But the angle that I was at, there was like speakers in front, and it has that big screen.
Yeah.
corner. The stage is there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
Damn
that.
it! I would if I knew, I would have.
Yeah.
We would have done an interview too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missed opportunities.
Next time. I'm sure you'll be at the next chutney show. I am about to present a lot of controversy by saying this, but I think it's because I'm Guyanese. Like, there's nothing that beats a Guyanese curry, to be very honest, in my opinion.
It's not an opinion when it's a fact.
When I went to Trinidad and I went to this roti shop called Pat Raj, and it's supposed to be really like one of their best roti shops in Port of Spain. And there was 2 options on the menu. You can either do whatever you got with roti, or you can do a box with dal rice, potatoes, and then whatever curry you got. So we did both. We got one chicken and roti, and then we got a duck and with the rice. Yeah, it wasn't really... It was good, but it wasn't...
See, that's the thing. It's good.
It's good, but it wasn't like...
Right.
There's a difference.
And it's personal preference, you know?
Yeah.
Somebody that grew up in Trinidad or very Trini, as opposed to being very Guyanese like yourself, it'd be like, yeah, Guyanese curry is good, but it's not my favorite. They prefer that, and that's fine.
I went to Guyana in March, and I went down Parika, and it was a Sweet 16 that what was the gig that we went for?
Right.
And after, the waitress came over and said, like, what do you guys want to eat? And I was like, well, what do you have? And she's like, chicken and fried rice or duck and rice. And I was like, give me duck and rice. And it was the best thing I had all weekend.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I was like, because my friends were asking me, like, why'd you decide to get curry? And I was like, because we're in Parika. Like, we're not in, like, Georgetown.
Right,
We're like, we're in the country-ish area.
And how was it, though?
It was good.
Was it, like, real good?
It was real good.
Okay, good.
It was so good. I was like, this is the best that I've had. Like, in Georgetown, too, I didn't have good curry, to be very honest.
Where'd you go?
The place down the block from the hotel. That's probably why. It's very touristy.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it has to be bad. Like, I never understood that.
It wasn't good.
It's very touristy. They're so big, you can't have good food. No, I do not agree with that.
Well, now the Princess Hotel has fried rice, right? But it's like, it's not fried rice with grilled chicken. It's not like real Guyanese Chinese.
Yeah, so I went to Guyana about 10 years ago. And I remember this specific taste of Guyanese Chinese fried rice.
It tastes like Bamboo Garden, how it used to be back in the day.
Whatever that taste is, I don't know what it is. When I taste it, I'll know. And I'm not happy, I'm not proud of myself, but I probably had Chinese food 20 times in 10 days.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this one's going to Barbie's. All right, they're going to stop in Bat Settlement and bring me back some fried rice. All right, cool. Tried it. It's good, but it's not the one I want. Then one is going to Georgetown, they're going to Cambodia, they're going to New Drive-In, and I'm like, stop getting the big places.
Yeah.
Go to the little ones on
like
the roadside.
the one with the bag, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Bag fried rice. But to be honest, the Guyanese Chinese in Guyana is not. It's not it anymore.
I have to agree.
It's not. Like, I miss, like, you know what I'm talking about with, like, back in the day in Bamboo Garden, you can get the rice was like a specific grain of rice. It was very, very fine.
Very small, yeah.
And it was like, there was a specific taste to the actual, like, sauce that they used in the fried rice. Do you know what I mean? When they're making it.
Whatever it is. It's gone.
So the only thing that I will tell you is the closest that I've had in recent times to what we used to have back in the day is actually Legend. I think it's because the grain of the rice. Because when I went to Guyana this past time, you know the rice that you got me with the curry?
Yeah.
It was literally that type of rice.
No, well, we don't make fried rice with brown rice.
But that's what I'm saying. It was fried rice. That's what I had in Guyana.
Trinidadians do.
That's what I had in Guyana.
Really?
With grilled chicken.
Oh, well, that makes sense now. That's
It's just not, that wasn't, and I ordered, and then on top of that, I asked them, I said, can I get pepper sauce? And they gave me a hot sauce packet. And I looked at the girl and I was like, pepper sauce. And she said, that is pepper sauce. I said, no, this is hot sauce. I want pepper sauce. And she came back with like some chili oil type of pepper sauce.
That's like eating in Long Island.
That's what I'm telling you.
In Guyana?
Yes, at the Princess.
That's so weird.
Mind you, my friend next to me was having chicken Alfredo pasta. I was like, in Guyana?
It's like
What are we doing?
Italy and asking for curry.
Thank you. So I was like, what's really happening? Because, yeah.
I guess they're trying to evolve and be different.
No, but the Guyanese Chinese is like our like,
Oh, no.
it's like a staple.
I agree 100%.
So the fact that was like I was very disappointed.
I'm disappointed for you.
I was very disappointed with the Guyanese Chinese.
Yeah, that's...
The only thing that I had, actually, aside from that duck curry was... And yes, I'm saying duck curry for you Trini people out there. There was this place called Kush Corner. I did post about it on Instagram and stuff. It's actually a Jamaican spot. But I ended up getting rice and peas with lamb curry and potato salad. The potato salad was the most buttery thing I've ever had. The lamb was like... The curry, I can't even explain it. It was like so good, like that I ended up taking it with me like back home because I couldn't. I mean, I ended up leaving it somewhere by mistake, but I ended up the idea was to take it with me on the plane, but I forgot it at the check-in counter by mistake.
Wow.
And I was so mad. You have no idea.
Somebody was happy they got lunch.
Yeah, but it was the best. Like, it was so good. Like, I can't even stop raving about it. Every time I'm like, any of my friends that are going to Ghana, I'm like, please, I'm going to give you money.
This is
stop.
in Georgetown?
Yeah. It's on the way to the airport.
Oh,
So that, you know how you take that straight road down?
Yeah, East Bank Road.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's on the way. I think it was probably a 10-minute drive away from Ramada. So on the way to the
So
hotel.
that's in East Bank, yeah.
Yeah.
Leaving Providence. Yeah.
So good.
I'm sure we can find everything's Googleable now.
Yeah.
I'll look for it.